Had to get a sip of tasty water before we get started here.
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
It is Sunday. It's a very relaxing Sunday. Spent doing some consumerism, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, we did a little light shopping.
Light, very light.
With our significant others. We all went to the mall this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you know you're getting old. This is the way I go to the mall. When I have to go to the mall. I wake up early.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up at 8 a.m. this morning. Decided yesterday we were going to go to the mall last night. And woke up, the mall here in Oklahoma, I'm sure it's the same across the country. On Sundays, the mall opens at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Gives everybody a chance to go to church.
Sure.
Get the kids together, head over to the mall for a little post-worship shopping. I like to be at the mall at noon. Right at noon.
Right when those doors open.
The parking's better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we usually actually get there around 11:45. Walk in.
While the doors are still closed. And
Yep.
They're just pulling out the signage and everything.
Yes, and while the gates are still down
Mm-hmm.
in front of all the stores. And we got there at noon today, did a little light shopping, then proceeded to leave the mall and stuff our faces with some delicious Casa Perico.
That was my first Casa Perico experience, and man, it was pretty damn good.
It's decent, pretty damn decent. The may I recommend to those of you who are listening the fried avocado slices?
Those are pretty legit.
Wonderful.
Speaking
of wonderful, our guest this week is Garrett Balch. Garrett? I just said Garrett. God damn it.
And in the podcast, you're asking how to pronounce his last name properly.
Yeah, it's funny because I've known the guy for years.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a band with the guy for a while. We'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really knew how to pronounce his last name because I never heard his last name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where, at first you think about it and then time goes on and you're like, well, it'd be really weird to bring it up like 6 months from now, from when you meet somebody.
Well, it's not a super long name, and it's not even spelled weird, but it's that perfect amount of I think it's that CH.
There's one extra letter in there.
Yeah. Do you do Balk?
Right.
Balch? Balch. Not Garrett.
Garrett Balch. Anyways, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Talked about his musical journey. Touched on Nirvana a few times.
A bit. We came back to Nirvana a few times.
And we have a wonderful breakdown of a special Venn diagram. So without any further ado, I say we go ahead and get to it.
Just get it started.
Oh, you know what? Before that, though.
Oh, yeah. boyspodcast.com. That's a website, portal, all things social media. You can email us at boyspodcast@aol.com with any questions, concerns, likes, and all that.
Anything.
And
I'd like to also add, if this is the first time you're listening to this episode, first of all, this show, of course it's the first time you're listening to this episode. But yeah, first time listening to the show, thank you so much, first of all.
And welcome.
And please, if you're listening to this and you enjoy it, the best thing you could do for us as a personal favor would be to subscribe, iTunes, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts from. Hit that subscribe button. And if you would be so kind and you enjoy the show even a little bit more than that, review. The reviews are important. It helps us kind of rise to the top of the search results because the word boys is pretty broad.
Yeah. There's quite a few podcasts with the word boys in it.
But only one with the word boys, and that's us. So if you review us, we kind of rise to the top. As they say, the cream will rise to the top.
We stand out.
Yeah, it would be very, very, very cool. And now without further ado,
Garrett
Balch.
The falsetto.
Do you believe in love after love?
Wow, 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 wow.
I can feel something inside me saying, I really don't think I'm strong enough. Sound like a turkey.
Was that
Welcome to
close?
Boys.
Yeah.
Get in on that mic, brother.
Oh, yeah. Here.
We're
Here I am.
rolling. We're rolling.
Welcome
Okay.
to Boys Podcast. This is the sweet.
This is a biggie.
Lucky
It's a
me.
biggie.
I think I try to say that about every episode.
We
It's like, hey, 15, that's a biggie.
Yeah.
I need to put on a dress, go to Crossroads Mall with a bunch of my friends.
Sprout some little
This would be
titties.
the quinceañera,
It
right?
would. It
Right?
would definitely
Oh,
be
shit.
that.
Damn,
Excellent.
I'm just pulling
I'm
up.
glad
my
to be a
shit.
part of it. Thanks for inviting me.
Garrett, thank you so much for coming over.
Mhm.
You know, I want to start out by kind of something embarrassing, as per usual. I don't know exactly how to pronounce your last name.
It's Balch.
Balch.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Balch.
Yeah.
It's
Or-
Balch.
That works.
Or bulk.
Balk, Balch.
But
I've heard
Balch.
I've heard Blatch, Block, which I never get the AL mixed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, well,
Maybe
maybe a
it's
little
some
dyslexia or something.
European, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, Blaché or
So for all intents and purposes, tonight it's Balch.
Balch.
All right, Garrett
It's gonna
Balch.
be Balch tonight.
Balch deep.
Balch deep.
Oh, dude. You know, sometimes I do wish we would name the episodes.
Yeah.
Because I think Balch Deep is pretty damn
That is
good.
pretty
Kind of
good.
perfect.
Hopefully it'll live up to the name. But yeah, this is episode 17. And yeah, I asked you to come on, and thanks for coming on kind of short notice.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Just to give those out there who are listening a little backstory, Garrett and I played in a band together for a little over a year. Little band by the name of Found Footage. Had a great time.
Some sweet rockin' tunes.
Loved it. Loved it. Bittersweet decision to step down. I've mentioned it a couple times on the show. Just, you know, man, we have a term that we've kind of used, and I'll use it again. I sold the van. I sold the van.
Yeah.
You know, that feeling, man, when you get a little older and you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm repeating myself here, Josh, but you're just going to have to listen.
That's fine.
You're leering at me.
No, I'm not. I'm listening.
That's very sweet.
You put the guitar back in the case, and you put it right back under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pull it out for family occasions.
Yeah, dust it off and sing a little, kumbaya or whatever you do. I guess.
And in no way am I trying to come off as like, oh, I'm too cool and too responsible now. It's nothing like that. It's just like, dude, I got tired. Man.
It's tiring. It wears on you, especially in the summer months. I'm there right now. I'm hot all the time.
Dude, it's been hot as shit.
Yeah.
Robbie and I go on walks again. We're pretty much married couple. We go on a 15-minute walk every day at 3:30 at work.
Holding hands.
And every day at the same point on the walk, we both go, "Yeah, it's fucking hot." We
Dude.
just bitch about how hot it is.
Like, we start off the walk with the best intentions. We walk about a mile. And every time, start out, we're laughing, having a good time. Then the sun comes out from behind the cloud, and we both just, Josh is right, at almost the exact same time. We're just like, fuck this.
Fuck it.
And of course, it's like when we're at the furthest point from work.
Yeah.
Where you have no choice.
Yeah,
but you can't call anybody to come get you.
Finish that walk.
You
up,
just
man.
gotta go.
And it
back.
defeats the purpose. The point is, you're going to take that walk.
Absolutely.
Got to take that walk.
And that's what you did. You took that walk.
I had to walk that lonesome valley, as they say.
I took the walk. I walked back home. I walked back down. I did. I'll call back there. Yeah. But no, it was really cool. The reason I brought it up is because I recently got a chance to see Found Footage for the first time since the great departure, as I like to call it.
A departure of epic proportions. I mean,
epic? Was it epic?
Yeah, it wasn't quite epic. We were all pretty cool about it. So
You guys were great about it.
Yeah.
And I do want to take a moment on the record, on the podcast, to say thank you for the experience. Thank you for being a great bandmate. Loved getting to know you. I consider you one of my very good friends. And that to me is the most important thing of the whole journey. You know, I've known Aaron for a long time. Of course, Austin and I are very close. But getting to know you was honestly the greatest takeaway from being in that band. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I do appreciate
Robbie, I'm
that.
glad you were in that band because that's how I met our friend Garrett Balch
That's
over
right.
here.
Thank
It was through
you.
that. And I
Yes,
consider him
yes.
a good friend, a good guy.
Good guy.
Likewise,
Good
I'm
people.
loving getting to know you guys even better. So
Getting to know you.
yeah.
So yeah, I saw you guys Found Footage at, let's see, it was at the Powerhouse.
The Delmar Garden stage.
Okay, whoa, let's get official
Come
here.
on, guys. I mean,
Oh, you're on the outdoor stage?
yeah.
Cool. How
Big
was that?
time. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
It was nice playing in the evening when it was, it had cooled off.
The sun was down.
Yeah.
I was like a werewolf, like the sun went down, and I was like, give me a fucking guitar.
Yeah.
I need to get up there
Just a beast.
and just get back into jamming, rocking out.
You felt it.
Well, I whipped my cock out. I just didn't rock out.
Wait, were you playing your dick like an air guitar?
Yeah, the tiniest guitar, like one of those miniature guitars you see hanging on a Christmas tree, or
kind of like a rhythmic slap against the inside of the thigh.
Doesn't even reach the belly button. Yeah. But anyways, you guys were great. I was so happy to hear how much you guys rocked as a three-piece. You know, I thought they're gonna suck when I leave. Wasn't the case.
We thought the same thing.
No, you guys were great. You guys were well received. There was a good amount of people there. People were digging it. There was this one dude there who was just rocking the fuck out.
You talking the guy right at the front of the stage with the thick glasses?
Yeah, and I believe he had a Hawaiian shirt on. Shout out to Hawaiian shirt guy.
Yeah, if you're listening.
This dude was thrashing.
Yeah?
I mean hardcore thrashing.
Oh, gotcha.
Spit that fucking gum out, bro. I was trying to be like nonchalant and make a hand movement, but it looks stupid. Sorry.
Hey, spit your fucking gum out.
I got it. Sorry, guys. This is my first one.
Amateur hour.
Sorry. I apologize.
Why did Garrett chew gum on the podcast? Because he just got done sucking a dick. That's not good.
It was good. I'll take it.
So yeah, back to your band.
Yeah, right.
It was great, man. It was good to see y'all still rocking, rolling, whatnot. So yeah,
as we shall.
We don't have to talk about this for the entire episode, but how is it since the greatest guitar player of all time left?
Well, it's hard picking up the pieces. I've really had to dedicate a lot of time to practicing by myself, kind of retraining myself how to sing and play, and yeah, it's a never-ending journey.
I'm sure it was a devastating blow.
Oh,
to the
it was,
band,
absolutely.
to the band. I mean, you guys were basically nothing.
Right, before Robbie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you were just like a puddling pile of piss up there, just not doing anything.
And no direction.
I was worthless.
Nothing. You had no songs.
All I knew is I had a whammy bar, and I had to just wank it.
Whammy the fuck out of that.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck. And then Robbie came along.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, Robbie comes in and
rose up and took us to great heights, and then
I call myself the Resurrector.
Yeah,
because I joined the band and resurrected not only a sound but an image.
Absolutely.
What I like to call a cool factor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And now that I'm gone, again, you must rebuild.
Yeah, we've definitely lost the cool factor for sure.
Well, what was supposed to happen was you were supposed to gain knowledge from this host, this being.
This traveling mystic that just
I like it.
Left as fast as I arrived, just kind of came and went.
Like a Mothman.
Yeah, nomadic. Yeah.
Just is in and out.
Here he was, and there he isn't.
And now it's on you. I'm not trying to put a whole bunch of weight on your shoulders, but now it's up to you to be great.
Yeah. I'll take that responsibility on.
Okay.
Honestly, they're giant shoes, but
well, they're big shoes because Rob has a very tiny penis.
Right. Isn't that how it goes?
I'm only a size 9. I know. But I just want to get the plug in there. It's foundfootageokc.bandcamp.com for all you rock and roll ladies out there, and the hot mama contests and kamikazes and $2 Tuesdays and the hot sounds of
You're
found
gonna want to
footage.
shake them.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's the last thing I said to you when we were coming back from our tour in Alaska. We went all around Alaska,
right? Yeah.
And I said, dude, we should put that on T-shirt. Found footage, titty shaking rock and roll.
Absolutely.
I like that.
That's all we saw in Anchorage.
Well, and we sold
just
those
naked
shirts.
Tits everywhere.
We sold those shirts with the holes cut out where the titties could just hang out the front.
Yeah.
Because all of the girls that came to our shows, all of them, it was just like a sea of breasts.
Well, the ones I really enjoyed, it was the panties, but on each butt cheek it had an F and an F, but it was cut out so you can see the flesh of the butt.
Yes.
That was my favorite piece of merchandise.
Hot items, right?
They sold out so quick.
Well, we market to our audience,
it's
Absolutely.
babes, it's booties and boobs, and that's who comes to your shows.
Just smoking hot babes,
smoking hot, big breasted.
And if you're not, you really just don't come out. You can buy the merch, but just stay home.
Just listen on Bandcamp.
Yeah, please. We don't want to see you.
No, we don't want
taint our crowd.
We don't want another fatty farting up the pit. That's room for 2 less breasts, is what I like to say.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Depending on the size of the man, that's probably a good 2-setter.
True. What's funny is a lot of the men have bigger breasts than okay, this is getting mean. I'm gonna
here we
backtrack. Yeah. It's funny though, when you're younger, when you picked up the guitar, let's go back here a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
When you pick up the guitar, when I picked up the guitar, I'm gonna say pick up the guitar a few more times.
Yeah, you picked it up.
Well,
so you went over and you grabbed one, you picked it up.
You picked it up. You physically, you
Right.
use your hands.
Mm-hmm.
You unlatched the case.
Well,
Open
it probably
the case.
it probably wasn't even in a case.
Was it on a wall?
no,
Probably
it was
hanging on
wrapped in
wall.
a sheet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
a bed
so-
sheet?
Not even a blanket, like a
there-
thin sheet.
Is there any other kind of sheet?
I'm kind of wondering that myself.
A sheet of paper?
It was,
Yeah,
it was a sheet of butcher paper. He wrapped it in butcher paper.
A sheet of rain? Isn't that like a dad
Yeah, it
thing to
could be a
say
sheet of
rain?
rain.
Dude, that'd be kind of metal if it
Rain
did shit.
sheets.
Say you're auditioning a guitar player and he comes over and his guitar's wrapped in like butcher paper.
That'd be
But like
kinda badass.
used butcher paper with like blood and shit all
And
over.
like,
Yeah.
I just imagine like bloody twine
Yeah.
wrapped
Yeah,
around it.
you unwrap it and you can smell the meat.
And he's,
like
he's
the
just
old
totally
meat.
fucking silent and wraps it. And it's like a BC Rich like warlock or something.
It'd have to be.
I was always a fan of the BC Rich bitch. B-I-C-H.
Yeah,
Yep.
the bitch, the BC bitch.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Anywho,
Has there ever been a meat guitar?
oh, I guarantee you there is.
Do you think there's ever been a guitar
Like-
made of
like
meat?
Made of meat.
Like, of course, the neck wouldn't be made of meat, or the
Yeah, you couldn't
action
hold
would
the
be crazy.
Yeah, you couldn't hold the tension, I guess.
But do you think
Meat
there'd ever...
strings?
Meat body. I'm thinking like a well cooked, a very large
no.
steak.
Raw.
Raw?
It has
Raw
to be
meat,
raw.
yeah.
Well, it's gonna have to. How is it gonna?
Well, it
hold?
depends on
I guess
what
you
you're
just-
playing,
Well, you
right?
wouldn't need screws. You just shove the pickups, just smash the pickups in there
Yeah.
with the wiring.
Some
Dude, you
hamburger
could totally
meat.
do that.
Yeah.
If you Googled that right now, I guarantee you
Well,
there'd be
didn't
one.
they used to use cat entrails for
Strings,
snares?
snare drums? Yeah,
Right.
well, for a lot. I mean, you can still do it.
I mean,
Well,
you had to dry them out, make them crispy.
That's
but-
why they call it a cat gut.
Yeah,
Because,
cat-
and I think that even like maybe bows for like fiddles, those are made out of horsehair.
Hair.
Horse hairs, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
I want to say they might have been made out of cat gut as well. Maybe like way, way back. I don't know.
possible.
Going back to this, when I picked up the guitar and then picked up the guitar,
Mhm.
I had these delusions when I was a kid. And not that I was fueled by horsey, but when I was young, I was like, I'm going to play guitar and man, I'm just going to be, there's a meat guitar. Is that bacon?
No shit.
I think it's ribs.
That's metal.
That's bacon.
It
There's-
plays.
It looks like it.
Dude.
And there's also one that's
Electric?
just a slab of meat, and then that's not a playable guitar.
That's
though.
just a dinner. That's just somebody's dinner.
Anyways,
that
continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to break that up. I had to look up meat guitar.
A tone is meaty. Anyways,
Thick.
tender.
Mm.
Tender and juicy. Anyways,
Great A.
thinking when I'm young, I'm like, man, I'm going to play guitar and dude, I'm just going to be on the beach playing some Oasis and just swimming in it. Swimming in bare breasts. And you know what? It's the complete opposite of that. It's sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. It's a lot of fun, but it's totally the opposite. Let me ask you guys this. Have either of you ever gotten laid because you played guitar?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say
What
no.
was his name?
Ooh.
His name was Sven, and he was a very nice young
Yeah.
man. I played an acoustic show, and he was way into it. We went back to his dorm room, and he lit some incense. It was very nice and very lovely.
Awesome. Garrett, you?
Well, yeah, I'm still gonna stick with no. I never have.
No, I never got laid from playing guitar, but you play I mean, I think that's one of those stereotypes you hear, like being a band and getting laid. Like, no, yeah,
well, maybe it used to work in the 80s. Like,
maybe, but you can't play the fucking blue note and then some girl's gonna like blow you. And maybe she would have done that anyway. It doesn't.
that's true.
Doesn't mean just because you're
You
up
could have
there
been
playing
hanging
guitar.
out buying
Yeah,
drinks.
and she had
That-
no
that's
idea
a-
you even played a show.
Which that's a better way. If you
Sure.
want to get laid at a bar, just
Hang out.
talk to women and buy them drinks.
Just talk to him.
It's like don't go up on stage
Don't
and
learn a
play because
skill.
then you're losing.
Well, here's the thing.
time
One,
with them,
you gotta buy an instrument, which is expensive.
Mhm.
You have to learn how to play that instrument. Then booking a show's no fun. Then you got to be up on a school night or whatever to play. And to get some, you just go to the bar.
There you go.
Or now it's Craigslist or Snapchat or whatever kids do these days.
Yeah, Twitter. I mean, right? I guess Twitter some ass.
Just-
I don't know.
Tweet some ass.
Tweet some ass.
Dude,
Tweet
that's
some
how
ass.
out of the loop I am. Like, I've had all these things, and what is that, the beta stage? Like Tumblr, when Tumblr first came out, had one. Like 09 or whatever. No, everyone has them, but I I don't do that anymore.
Tumblr's not like Tinder, is it?
No, Tumblr's like a blog kind of a thing. But everyone's doing Snapchat now. I had a Snapchat like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm too fucking old for Snapchat. Not to go off on a tangent of shit, but how to get laid. You don't need to be in a band to get laid.
Well, also, I was thinking, yes, like playing guitar by itself won't get you laid. It really depends on the type of music.
Exactly.
Like, do you want to be if you're a singer-songwriter, I mean, you could probably get all kinds of ass, you know.
You Jack Johnson that
good.
shit? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be fairly good.
Like,
that's why most people start out, I know personally, I started out listening to Nirvana.
Yeah.
So I did want to write songs, but they were all screamy and angsty. And it's like, chicks don't respond to that.
No, they don't.
You know?
well, that's what's funny is growing up, like, and even now, like, people kind of like fetishize Kurt Cobain as being like this like sex symbol. And I'm like, dude, who wants to smell meth farts? Like, who wants heroin breath?
Yeah.
Like, that's disgusting. Like, there's nothing sexy about Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, he was actually fairly scummy. I mean,
he was like scrawny and like sores and greasy.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, even I idolized the guy when I was younger. But looking back, like when that new movie came out, Montage of Heck. When they were showing that footage, even before he like really got bad, I was like, you know, he's just kind of white trash.
Absolutely.
Like, he didn't really dress cool.
They lived in squalor.
Yeah, he wore like dad jeans that were like pulled up super high with a braided belt. Like, that got bastardized into like this hot topic fashion or
grunge
like
fashion.
Yeah, grunge fashion. But really, when you go back and look at the source material, it wasn't that cool. Like, yeah, maybe he looked cool on Unplugged, but day to day, like, he kind of dressed like a nerd. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I totally fell for it. I'm not saying that I'm above this. I
was there. I was impressionable enough that
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm buying what you're selling.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's weird.
But yeah, most of all, you responded to the songs.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I was angsty as shit. You know, I was a little pimple faced, ugly kid that was like, yeah, this is for me.
Okay, so we all kind of grew up the same way. I mean, I'm assuming we're all of the same age demographic, I would assume. So kids don't have that now, though. We were privileged enough to have, maybe that's a dumb word to use, but in the mid 90s, 94, 5, 6, great music, good punk rock, Nirvana, I guess metal was getting better. Like, there's an underground of...
This is all subjective, by the way.
Sure. What I'm saying is, for teen angst, for a young man who's going through fucking that awkward teenage thing, that music kind of was a good, like, catalyst. It was
empowering, even
very empowering. So I think about that today. Like, if I was 14 or 15 today, what would be my jam?
It would be Drake. Anything by Drake.
No.
Or they listen to the old.
Fucking dads. Hold on. It would be whatever you liked. People in the 80s. Do you remember Motley Crue? Do you remember Youth Gone Wild? Do you remember Come On Feel the Noise? All these other bands. Do you remember? Not that we would remember the 70s because we weren't born yet, but like Black Sabbath, going back, Led Zeppelin, all they sung about was fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
But who's now?
That just sounds so out of touch. And I'm not
making fun of you. I want to know who it is.
Dude, there's like a ton of bands that are huge, but it's all like
think of like
different.
Band of Horses or, My Morning Jacket, I think.
There's so many more bands now.
I understand.
There's so many.
And they're readily available.
That's true.
Dude.
Well, you go back, be your own band.
There you go.
When we went to see Blink, that band that played in the middle, A Day to Remember.
Oh, everyone loved them.
Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of coffee. Not my cup of anything. Those kids there, because it was a weird split crowd. There were like people our age to see Blink for nostalgic reasons. And then there were kids there to see Blink because they like pop punk now. The band in the middle, A Day to Remember, they were like this weird, like, I don't even know what to call them. Like,
I wouldn't say crabcore. It's pop punk.
It was pop punk with like breakdowns.
It is a new wave, I guess, fourth wave or fifth wave of pop
Did
punk?
it have like the really metal vocals?
Yes.
Well, kind of.
But then into like
it was
the
singing,
pussy.
and then it was like, but the first song they came out to was fucking growly as shit.
what I'm saying is that's their Nirvana. That's their Smashing Pumpkins. That's their whatever.
Okay.
So, and I'm not trying to make fun or like point a finger because I get that way too.
You're wagging that fucking Arsenio at me, and it's starting to...
Here it comes. Here it comes.
No, but you can't get into that mindset because then you start sounding like a fucking dad. And I'm guilty of it too.
Oh, yeah.
But kids will be kids, and kids still like guitar, just like they did in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
When you guys have seen the teens responding to Nirvana, right? Like they've posted new videos, where these kids have no idea who it is. And, going back, they still appreciate it. It's just, it's not as just pumped in your face like it was then, of course.
Well, it was a machine then, it was like a, that's all you really, I'm going to say it's all we had. We had plenty of fucking stations and avenues, but it was definitely in the forefront. Like, we didn't have the internet. So you
tune the radio in.
Tune the radio
whatever
in,
was on the radio.
Turn on the MTV, what do you see? You see, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, fucking Hum. You got you get
Alice in Chains.
120 minutes. Great show for that kind of shit. And now it's like you said earlier, with the internet and the rise of streaming everything, you could be a huge fan of a band from fucking North Dakota that no one knows, but that's your favorite band. I think that's awesome.
It is different how things have changed, and kind of segueing into this. So our friend Jake told me the other day, he's like, man, somebody I work with gave me a VHS that was from 1993. Somebody recorded off of MTV a Beavis and Butthead marathon. And it's 3 hours of Beavis and Butthead with the videos and, more importantly, with the commercials from MTV in 1993, the winter of 93.
The Moranathon.
It was a Beavis and Butthead Moranathon, yeah. And we sat down and hung out for a while and watched like 2.5 hours of it. And man, this kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. It was a fucking time warp. First of all, the commercials were the best part because they're so dated and so weird, and like, it's strange to see the way things have changed since then. Like going back to talking about, MTV, 120 minutes, all that stuff. Dude, the thing to remember is we look to the past with these rose-colored glasses. We go, man, the 90s were so cool. I love Nirvana. I love Green Day. I love Smashing Pumpkins. Going back and watching these Beavis and Butthead episodes, there was so much fucking garbage back then.
Oh, yeah.
Like for every badass white zombie video they would show, they showed like 3 or 4 videos that you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, I forgot this existed. And it was horrible. Same as it is now. For every good band, there's
10 that suck.
But there's so many more bands now, and so much more, like you said, avenues to find these bands. But I learned about a shitload of bands from MTV when I was a kid, but I also learned from bands from like magazines or like Guitar World, or Friends and stuff like that. I think you're still gonna get exposed. It's just a different exposure. It's a different
Well, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's another thing is, whatever is in vogue or whatever, it fades quickly because there's already something just set up ready to replace it.
Yeah.
Like
it's that shelf life, man.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's
why it's really hard to find bands now, I would think, that have like a staying power, which it was still true though in the 90s. I mean, Nirvana had Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then it was like, In Bloom, Come As You Are, a couple others, that kind of kept them rolling.
They had 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
3 fucking years. That's
like the Beatles, man.
Short.
Yeah.
But that's such a short shelf life, but they changed the music scene forever. And you got bands that are still kicking around. Like you said, Green Day was one of my favorite bands when I was a kid. And they're still doing it? Like, okay, that's cool.
Alice in Chains is another one. Which I'm still like, I'm like, you can't do that because Lane Staley. To me, it's kind of sacrilege.
Like doing Blind Melon without Shannon Hoon. You can't do that.
No.
Let me ask you this.
Sublime with Rome.
That's a really good... Well, but at least they had the decency to change the name somewhat.
What about Drowning Pool and that guy?
Is that the name? I love it.
Yeah,
How do you put that on a T-shirt?
drowning
and
pool.
that guy.
It's like drowning pool on the front, and then on the back,
And
dot,
that guy.
and that guy. World tour. No, that's great. It's weird to think about because, we talked about the Blink show on the last episode. And when do you change the name of the band is a good question. Like, why wasn't Found Footage renamed when I left?
Honestly, we kind of set that up to be a kind of a revolving door where it's, we have the core members, but we even talked about in the beginning, like, it'd be nice to, add people at different points. And if someone wanted to go do something else, it's.
But I was so important. I really took it personally when you didn't change the name of the band and honestly change your appearance and the sound when I left.
The tag and all that.
Everything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like hardcore body mods, like facial reconstruction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going deep. I was just gonna say maybe change it to like maybe a trip hop band, or I don't know, maybe
that would be much easier.
Country.
Oh yeah.
Red Dirt.
That's a big one. People are loving that Red Dirt.
Opening for Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Some really good stuff.
I still kind of have trouble falling asleep at night.
Yeah, and a lot of that it was just your decision, so we're gonna go ahead and keep rolling. And
I guess I did sign the paperwork and kind of hand the rights over to the songs that you guys wrote before I joined.
You had your lawyer go over all the details, right?
And it cost me a lot, so I hope you brought your wallet.
Yeah, divorces are never cheap.
How are them zids on the record?
Great.
Residuals? Got some good residuals?
I've actually retired twice.
Okay.
And my unborn grandchildren are set for life.
Great.
They'll be fine.
That's good.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
You can buy that record on your Facebook page, right? Or your website?
I think so.
I believe on the Bandcamp.
Yeah, on Bandcamp.
Buy that record.
Yeah.
That one record. We actually still don't have the one back that...
I know. Tisk, tisk.
Which, maybe that's part of a legality issue that I don't know about. Maybe you're actually holding it back.
Well, I'll say this.
Is that what's going on here?
I mean, I don't want to divulge too much information, but my lawyer, we're actually going to see if we could just extract my guitar playing from the record. I know it's already been mixed, but technology's great. I think there's a way we can find some frequencies.
Just pop it right out of there. Yeah.
And just put it out. Maybe as an acapella.
I like that. Let's do just drums and voice.
Well, Robbie, as I'm not your legal counsel, but as a co-host of this show, I think it behooves me to maybe step in here a little bit. What if you were to take your guitar tracks out of that album and then use that as your own album and say, featuring Robbie Harris, formerly of Found Footage?
Or that's a great idea. Just to kind of tossing ideas around here, kind of springboarding. What if we release the album as Found Footage featuring not Robbie Harris and put it out without my parts in it?
Okay.
That could be good.
Then then release mine as like a companion, maybe like 20 years from now.
Well, like how Kiss did each one of them had their own solo record, kind of like that. Right?
Well,
like that, but directly opposite.
Okay.
And also include detailed instructions on how to play them on separate boom boxes at the same time. That way
now
you
you're getting
hear
artsy, but
Robbie's parts.
But when you do that, but I think that should also be something when you have to. You can't do it on a boom box. It has to be digital because Robbie needs to get the money for that.
That's true.
It has to be an iTunes purchase.
iTunes purchase. You have to play it like that, and then half the money goes to you. Well, let's say
we're probably going to go 70.
A quarter of the money goes to you. The rest
70,
goes to
30?
Robbie. Let's just be honest. I mean, the talent is in his hands.
We'll just go 70-70.
Okay, that's perfect.
How about that?
Dude, that's great.
Okay.
That way we both come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Okay.
And the customer gets screwed. That's what I love.
Well, they have to pay for it twice.
Yeah.
It's a
double download. Takes up a lot of space on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Or just throwing this out there and then we can move on. Perhaps we press them on antique cylinders where they can only be played at the Smithsonian or in certain cars. And we limit it to, let's say, dude, you know how limited runs are cool. Let's say we press
They're
one.
hot.
We'll press one. Wu-Tang did that.
3.
We'll press 3.
West Coast, East Coast, Chicago.
How about we do 4? That way everybody can autograph one.
I like this
What about
thinking.
that?
I'll run it by my lawyer.
All right, just make sure he's okay with it.
Okay.
He or she, I'm sorry.
Well, my lawyer
don't get
actually
gender
doesn't
specific.
identify as a human.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. He went through this thing where they were like, sorry,
Not even that. It's weird.
It's
not even
it's
an
a
it?
gender neutral lawyer guy.
Well, here's the thing.
Gal.
It isn't even. I wouldn't even say it's a thing. It's kind of an entity. It's a.
It's like
Well, but
antimatter.
You're being offensive to matter.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Are you antimatter? Is that what's going on here?
I am not anti-matter. I'm pro matter,
Okay. Just for
but
the
I'm not
record, clear it up.
anti-matter either.
It doesn't matter. So back to guitar. Okay, so let's dive in here, Garrett.
All right, let's get it.
So when did you start playing guitar? Go. No, when did you start playing guitar?
I want to say I was in 7th grade, I believe. So I what was 12 or 13? I remember starting lessons and breaking my wrist in a soccer game, so it shut me down like immediately thereafter.
So like you got started.
Yeah, I
And
started
broke
for
your
like
wrist.
a couple months, and then I was playing soccer and broke my wrist, so kind of cut me off for, I don't know, 6-8 months, something
Right
like
off
that.
the bat.
Yeah, just right there. So already, God or whatever it was telling me that this is probably a bad idea.
Garrett, there is no God. Everybody knows that.
Well, that's why I said whatever. Come on.
He or she.
He or she
trying
or
to give
it,
you a sign.
or yes, right. So I pursued, I was diligent in that, and I don't know where else to go from there. I think I just kept playing, and
How long? So you started playing, broke your wrist, healed up, dove back into playing, and then when was your first band? Like it's always a really interesting question to me, and this might bore the fuck out of some people, but I think it's really interesting to see the relationship between when you started playing music and when you joined your first band, because for some people it's many years, and for some people it's like, no, I started playing and we started a band like a month later.
yeah, and we played a show a week after that. No, absolutely. In Woodward, I was hard pressed to find people that even gave a shit about music in any form. So, my buddy Chris and I would sit around and dick around on guitars and write lyrics, I guess, and, dream of writing songs, but never actually did it. And, I was probably maybe a sophomore in high school, and I had known Ross my entire life, but I for whatever reason, he was in the commons area playing guitar, and I was interested. I was like, oh, sweet, he's pretty good too. So, I don't even remember how exactly everything happened, but I played drums as well with the band. So, I was like, let's get together and hash some shit out, jam. And, wasn't really a band, but it was neat playing with someone, that could play rhythmically. And
After school jamming.
right. There you go.
And I miss those days. Josh and I after school jammed.
Oh,
Like
multiple times.
you get a few friends in a garage. You have you have like a shitty amp and like a drum set that's
You had
not
that little
tuned.
crate 112,
Oh yeah, I was lucky. I was lucky in the idea that I had like a nice PV 212 tube combo that I borrowed from someone I went to church with that didn't
Was
want
it the Mace?
It was a what was it? It was a PV Classic
Those are
212
Yeah.
all tube,
Yeah.
American made. I believe it had the Black Widow speakers in it,
Nice.
or perhaps
About
Scorpion
230
speakers.
pounds or so.
So heavy.
Yeah.
So heavy. But even as a shitty kid who was shitty at guitar, it made it sound decent, and more importantly, it got super loud. That was all that mattered.
That's
back
the main
then.
thing. You got to be loud. Like, be as loud as
Just
you
got
can
to get over
be.
those really shitty drums.
Dude, I'd plug in that DOD American metal pedal that was like, I want to say it was either like neon highlighter yellow or bright pink.
You just dimed it out.
Dimed it
Yeah.
out. And it's funny you bring that up, because I was talking to a fellow today at work, and we talked about exactly that, kind of going back to this young, starting out, feeling your way around. When you were young and you were in that garage with your friends that nobody was very good, you just dime the shit.
Yeah, you cranked that shit all the way up.
Did you crank, Josh?
Dude, I cranked volume all the way up.
Cranker.
Gain or distortion or crunch, whatever the fuck your shitty
Scuzz,
DVD
whatever it
Yeah,
was.
scuzz. It's on the
Crank
DOD.
that all the way
Yeah.
up, and then tone
Ride that right in the middle.
just right in the mid.
heaven forbid you add or subtract any tone. Just put it right at 12.
Right in the middle.
You'd always dime that distortion.
Yeah.
Always. Level, pretty much dime it. You just want it to be as loud as possible. But that tone right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right
And then you tune it, they go all in a row, right? Your tuners go all in a row.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if stop me if I said this on the podcast before, but when I got my very first guitar, it didn't have a high E tuner on it, like on the headstock.
Like the tuning key was totally gone.
The key, the post, everything. There was just a hole.
I think you did, and you said you wrapped it around it, right?
I took, okay.
Oh,
Let me edit
ingenuity.
this out. Oh boy. Anyways, dimed it out with your friends in the garage. So that's how you started with Ross?
Yeah, actually.
Playing drums.
Yeah, playing drums.
What kind of kit did you have back then?
It was a Pearl. Later come to find out, it had like the Made in China sticker hidden somewhere on it. So I don't know if it was
that's not
an official Pearl.
Well, okay, did it say Pearl anywhere on it but the kick drum?
It actually did. Yeah, on the kick drum, it had the little tag thing. The little...
The badge.
The badge, yeah.
Okay, so the badge said Pearl.
Yep.
Well, Pearl did make they had a Chinese made. Was it did it look like an old...
It was
like
pretty
a vintage kit?
Yeah, it was pretty small. Yeah, it was like a silver, kind of just a dull silver gray color.
They did have Chinese made kits back in the day.
Yeah.
They weren't great, but they were...
Oh, yeah, I thought it was the shit when I found it at that pawn shop. It was like an 8-piece kit. I remember there was a Ludwig floor tom with it. It had been spray painted silver to match it.
Right.
Oh, God, those mix match. And the lugs don't look anything.
No,
But back then
none
you
of them
didn't
had
care.
reso heads or anything. Yeah. I didn't know how to tune them. It's like they made noise, so I just knocked the shit out of them.
Yeah, as long as it made noise.
Yeah.
I remember friends having like the drum kits with like the heads that were just beat to shit and then just like looked like they just been shot with a fucking like bird shotgun.
Like they just hold water.
Yeah. Or
Just
like
cupped.
or like the dual layered heads would just be like peeling back and sounding like garbage.
My first drum kit was a Talon, and the heads weren't even... They were heads, but they were white. And if you hit it, it would automatically first hit have an indentation of the tip of the drumstick on it. And it looked like a fucking 14-year-old pimpled ass on it. It was just like, it was so terrible. And they just sound shitty, just god-awful.
Totally.
Yeah, there's no tuning them once they're
No.
that
Once
far
you
gone.
hit it once, it's done. And then the cymbals go inside out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the cool thing I had was actually that kit came with this Zildjian scimitar crash cymbal and a set of... No, I don't think I did have the hi-hats with that one. I bought those later because I really liked the sound of that cymbal.
Mm-hmm.
I actually still have that cymbal.
Yeah?
Yeah, it never broke, surprisingly.
Wow.
Every other one, got destroyed down the road, but
That one held...
I
it
think
was just heavy enough.
There's like some symbolism there in that.
Oh, yeah, I still have the symbol.
There's some
Symbolism.
Symbologism?
Ah, there you go.
That was a stretch.
The symbology.
So making noise in the garage in Woodward,
Yes.
Oklahoma. And it's funny you say that because we were talking on our walk today. We were like, where's Garrett from? And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's from Woodward.
Mhm.
I don't know his last name. Or at least
Garrett Woodward.
Garrett Woodward. Garrett? I just said Garrett.
That's my porn name, yeah.
Woodward?
Garrett Woodward.
Penis always points north.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were like, I'm pretty sure you were from Woodward. And yeah, you brought up the fact that it's like hard to find people to jam with, let alone people that are into the same kind of music. So
yeah, because I think Ross was actually playing in some weird little country cover band. It was weird because Chris went to school with a guy named Bob that was a bass player that was playing with Ross. And
Bob
they had
Ross?
Yes, there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Bob and Ross were playing in a band where they played country tunes with a female lead. And I remember going to Fargo where they practiced one time and hearing that kind
That's
of
a long
girl.
drive. North Dakota's a bit of ways away.
Yeah, it was up there. It was cold.
DLH.
Zing. So yeah, I remember that kind of girl. I think the first song I heard Ross play with a band was That Kind of Girl. You guys remember that one? I'm that kind of girl.
I was thinking,
Ain't you lady in red?
I'm that kind of
girl. Yeah, it's really,
I'm not
really
the
obnoxious.
woman in red. I'm not the girl next door. But if something in the middle's what you're looking for, I'm that.
I think that's a Judd song, isn't it?
That's a tight song.
Yeah. So that was the
dude.
first song that Yeah.
No idea.
Dude, the Judds are tight.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is I can go down these country rabbit holes. I love the Judds, dude. That song, Why Not Me?
Oh,
yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
a good one.
I love it.
wonderfully heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderfully
The guitar on
heartbreaking.
it, just beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, another country song that I've really been jamming a lot lately is
Southern Draw.
besides that new Alabama.
Oh, they got a new one out.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll show you on the break.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song? Okay, now I just lost my train of thought. It is that 7 Year Ache by Linda Ronstadt. It's like a early 80s country jam, but I remember it from being a kid. I'm just going to sing the hook. It's like the boys say, when are we gonna give it some room? Girls say, God, I hope he comes back soon. Do you remember that song?
Not ringing any bells.
Not ringing
Okay,
a bell
it is
at
kind
all.
of obscure, but I for some reason, I just like totally remember it from being a kid. I'm going to play that for you before the end of the night.
Excellent. Yeah.
Not on the recording,
That's
but
the main thing I know about Linda Ronstadt is the Eagles were
Yeah.
her backing band at one point.
dude, it's a
so.
killer fucking song. Like the music is beautiful. The harmonies are wonderful. For me, it's nostalgic, but I guarantee you're going to like it.
Yeah, powerful singer.
I love some 90s country.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
late 80s, early
yeah.
90s was like my era.
Yeah, I jammed some Joe Diffie and even going back earlier. I mean, obviously everybody likes Johnny Cash and
Yeah.
Willie and Waylon.
Mm-hmm. The classics.
Actually, yeah, I got a double LP of Willie Nelson and the Family Live from like 1978, and it is the coolest fucking record ever. I love it.
Dude, there's something about that kind of band mentality. Whereas, like, you know, I told myself, you know, when I talked to my lawyer and I made the decision to leave Found Footage, leave you guys behind, as I call it, I really thought about selling the van, selling the gear. I mean, I'd keep a guitar around, some pedals, like,
Something to pluck on.
yeah, on the couch, you
Well,
know.
they're tax write-offs,
Well,
you know.
on my yacht. Yeah, on my yacht.
Mhm.
But, you know, recently I'm like, man, like, if I was ever in a band again, I think it would be some sort of just like loosely knit, like, I don't want to say jam band. That's given the wrong impression. But
Pull
just
some
like,
Fish stuff.
yeah, like I've been listening to a lot of Grateful Dead.
You think like
lately.
maybe like a country, like a
Country jam?
not country, but like a group, not a large group of musicians, but a couple of guitar players, bass player, drummer,
just a
everyone who's really good at their shit.
family band.
You're talking about a musical group or a band?
like a musical group. I like
Okay,
that. I
yeah.
like that wording.
Okay.
Not that I'm a great musician. I'm not trying to sound convoluted or, you know, arrogant or whatever, but just some sort of like collective of just people who want to write and record, because I don't want to play. I don't maybe play like once or twice a year. But man, like that was the thing in Found Footage is like, it was funny, man. Like towards the end, like before my great departure,
Right.
it's funny. I actually kind of date everything. PR and PR. It's like pre-Robbie and post-Robbie.
Yeah.
So
Makes
it's either
sense.
like 34 PR or like 21 PR. Does that make sense?
I love how all time too is centered on the fact that you were in Found Footage.
I was once in your band.
To me, that means it was very near and dear to you at one point, and still is.
I would say it was near and dear to a lot of people.
Well, it was
Yeah.
Most people.
one.
people.
It was a groundbreaking musical endeavor. Two, it made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So I mean
Absolutely.
that's kind of where you can like that's the what do they call that? The breaking moment, the
apex,
the apex with the tip, the coaster right at the top.
The
Yeah.
summit.
the
the
summit.
summit.
Wait, we've reached.
Wait, hold on.
summit.
Is the summit the top or the bottom?
The summit's the top.
I would say that's the top.
The summit's the top.
I
the
believe.
the foothill.
The foothill.
The foot of the
Foothold.
mountain.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
footage.
base.
The footage.
Footage.
It's the footage.
Found
So you
footage.
found the word you needed there.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Oh,
I feel-
wordplay.
even though we're joking around, I kind of feel like an asshole because, like, I'm like, dude, you're a guest on our podcast, and I'm just joking around about being in the band. But you know, I love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know I
and the
love
love is mutual. I mean,
All right.
yeah, we play hard. We should.
So in
Right?
Woodward,
Right.
you were in this band with this dude who did country stuff. Or you found a dude who played country stuff?
Yeah, he was totally into metal. Pantera, Puya.
So Woodward's, I'm guessing, a small town, right? I've never really been.
Yeah, it's small. You should definitely go.
So growing up in a small town as well, we had some country boys who played music and were in bands, but they also fucking loved metal. The weirdest thing about small town dudes, like, I love fuck country, but I love Pantera.
Fucking Pantera, dude.
Okay,
Is it the racism of Pantera that they love?
It could be. It's the punk and country connection too.
I guess, yeah.
Punk and metal and punk and country. They all.
That's true.
There's this weird underlying current of, just being depressed and fucking angry about
solid
everything.
songwriting.
if you were to draw like a Venn diagram, imagine 4 circles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, 4 circles arranged in like a diamond pattern.
Okay.
Okay, like a square tipped 45 degrees. Okay, so you have your top circle, bottom circle, left circle, right circle. If you put metal, country, punk, and rap or hip hop in those 4 circles, the cross section is very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, Josh and I weren't from Woodward, that small of a town, but Choctaw's pretty small.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of metal dudes or country dudes or whatever flavor of racism you prefer that also really liked rap.
Yeah.
And, they would use certain words sometimes, but then listen to rap sometimes.
Yeah, I always found that very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely with rap and country as well. I mean, yes, metal. More so in my experience, it was always cowboys liking rap songs and liking country songs.
Yes.
And they didn't like rock for the most part. They were just like, they're down with, the Chronic or whatever that came out in 2000.
Yeah.
And every country song.
I'm thinking of a guy right now.
Me too.
That uses that little word sometimes in a non comedic, hey, I'm getting a rise out of my buddy because we're the only ones in the car right now.
Does he says it with hate and malice in his heart?
Maybe not. Okay, I'm not going to go that far.
Okay.
But he says it with some mild discontent.
He puts a little stank on it.
Yeah. Likes country, loves rap, but doesn't like the people that sing rap very often. I
like your music, boy.
Yeah, I too am just completely confused by that.
It's weird.
I don't understand it.
And the same with metal and country, like we've said earlier. Punk and hip hop, that's another weird thing. Is I know a lot of punk people that proudly wear a Wu-Tang shirt. And that's fine because punk people are kind of all inclusive, Well,
it's mostly it's like that DIY from, I don't want to say from the streets, but it was definitely a, hip hop, well, I guess Wu-Tang. It's a more raw version of what rap became. I guess their counterparts.
Sure.
So it was kind of like the punk rock of rap, really.
Yeah, like Outkast as well.
Outkast.
That was another one that they touch every kind. To me, they're musicians more than just being pigeonholed to just we're just going to be rap.
Well, they don't. They never. None of it was just straight up rap. They
it was always a
incorporated
little weird,
very weird.
And
there was always
showy,
they kept you on your fucking toes. 'Cause you never know. None. You can't play. No 2 Outkast albums sound similar. No 2 Outkast songs sound similar.
Which tells you that they're true artists, in my opinion. Those are guys that are in it for the right reason. It's for music. They want to make music.
Big Boy doing the Big Grams thing. That was still probably my favorite record of that. Was it last year? 2014 or 2015?
2015.
2015. Favorite album of that year. It was just such a brilliant. Not to say brilliant, might be overshooting it. It was
fresh.
It was a fresh. Thank you. It was a palate cleanser. It was get all this junk out of my mouth. What's his new thing? And it's a perfect mixture of his fucking amazing ability to put words into a microphone. The way his style, man.
Yeah, he's definitely a wordsmith and a true artist. And that's the thing is I'm not a huge rap fan, but I can totally respect somebody who can, I don't think that a lot of rappers, maybe some, but not, I wouldn't even say most, they're not sitting there in the studio making their own beats. Like they write, that's their art. They write. They write lyrics, they craft rhymes and cadences and enunciations, which is brilliant. And then, they have a buddy or they pay to have beats and music written. And that's the cool thing. There's these producers and then there's these artists, that
they
work
pick
together.
songs. It's the same way like Nashville works, I think.
Exactly.
You have a bunch of people writing songs and then you say, well, I think Randy Travis could do that one. Or I know that's way back, but
No,
it's
but
it's the
for
same
example,
thing, for sure.
Right.
But that's the crazy thing is that's the same cross section that we were talking about earlier.
Well,
maybe that's why people like it. Maybe they just love people that don't write their own music.
Yeah, maybe they don't know because that's what drew me to rock is like these dudes actually write these songs.
But you find out they don't do that entirely. Like the new Blink album, for instance, John Feldman, Goldfinger, produced and pretty much brought up a shit ton of band. The Used, he pretty much made The Used. He pretty much was the fourth member of Blink-182 by like writing a lot of like it's what a producer's job is really is like you're right. You're not necessarily. He didn't make the song up. You bring the raw parts to him, and then he's like, "That sounds cool. What if we put this here? What if instead of doing the A, you do like a C sharp, whatever? Like you change a note slightly, or maybe I don't like that melody. The melody's whack. That should be a bridge, not a verse. That kind of thing. Like he helps mold the song. So that happens far more than people think. So really, no one truly write the finished product. They don't truly do it all themselves.
Again, you're speaking in complete polarizing things. You're talking about one band.
But no, I'm saying
Blink-182.
But I'm saying that happens a lot, though.
It does happen a lot, but I would say most.
I'm not speaking general. I'm saying like it's.
If I rewind it, you just said most bands
don't write their own.
Most bands.
Okay, that's not what
do.
I meant. Okay,
you're talking to me. You're talking
Finished
about a
product.
producer. Yeah,
and going into a studio and having your thing it may just be a minute little change, but yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Well,
Rob,
that's
get on my
the
dick about it.
That's the difference, as was explained to me by Carl Amburn when we did Bullet for Lunch with Engine O. He was just an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the vocal room doing vocal tracks, and I would stop after each take and I would ask, okay, how'd that sound? Because Ross and Jeremy were both sitting in there, and at one point he stops and he kind of snapped at me and said, I don't know how it's supposed to sound. Like, you're the only one that knows how it's supposed to sound. I'm just an engineer. I'm not a producer. Which I took away from that. Okay, like, now I know what a producer is as opposed to just a recording engineer.
Yeah.
Whereas when we worked with Trent Bell, he would do that same thing. Like, sometimes he'd be like, maybe mute that part, what you're doing on guitar. So I agree with what you're saying as far as like nuances and maybe a cadence or something.
Sure,
it's like they hear something different.
I enjoy that though. Like I've worked with producers. I definitely enjoy recording with those. Like I could just hit record and do that shit myself at home, but having someone to even Rob will do that. Like I consider Rob my I'm
your producer.
You're my email producer. Like,
I like that.
Email producer.
Yeah.
I will send him I'll record this little idea and I'll send it to Rob. I'm like, what do you think of that? And Rob's like, that's cool, man. Maybe bring that bass down a little bit. Maybe not have it so blah blah blah. Okay, cool. I'll change that to that, and I'll send it back. He's like, that's great. Sounds good. He's he's my email producer.
And sometimes I'll be like, dude, that sounds great. Do more of that or do less of that.
Yeah.
And not that my word means shit.
But it's always good to have a second opinion, a second set of ears, because to you it could sound great and it's not great, or two, it could sound terrible and someone's like, no, there's something in there.
Well,
Totally.
the whole point is being open to be able to try it.
Exactly.
I mean, and if it sucks, whatever, just go back to the way you were doing it,
Yep.
But maybe, I know a lot of times when we were writing stuff, we'd have certain little nuanced guitar shit and like, maybe it wouldn't quite work, but we knew we needed to work in a new part or something, something had to change.
Workshop it, so to speak.
Yes.
And, going back, it's like, I wish that I would have ever had that experience of working with a real producer, like that you could sit in and like they'd be like, here, try this, and like grab a guitar, or like, no, like do this drum part a little different. I've only worked with engineers. Mm-hmm. And there's something to be said for that. Both sides of that are cool and admirable. But it's like, I've always wanted to sit with somebody and be like, dude, like, let's pump this part up, or let's take a little bit out of this. like here's the strong point, here's the weak point. Let's like push those things to these extremes and just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say refine it, but like add a layer of like production.
Add texture. Yeah. I mean, and to me, like a good producer is also an engineer. For the most part, like a lot of albums that you see are recorded and produced by the same person. So in effect, that's a music fan that is listening to you and he's actually into what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like to me, it tells me if you just say you're just the engineer, you don't give a shit about what I'm doing. I mean, to be honest. Like, because even I could sit there and record some people and say, yeah, I like this part, but maybe you guys ought to try that. You know?
I think that's cool though. Now that it used to be like band, like the musician was the star, and now there are like star producers. Have been for a while, like Timbaland for hip hop,
Dr.
Dre, Steve Albini, Jerry Finn. Like you have the
Butch Vig.
Is it Thomas Lord Alge? Is that his name? Alge. Anyways, they did a lot of pop punk records. Yeah. Like they are now like, I want to
Chris Lord.
Okay, I want to do an album with that guy because I know he does this thing and he knows how to make shit sound great. And that's fucking awesome. That like our friends Sex Snobs, they went and recorded with Steve Albini, and I was like, fuck, man, that would be so awesome to get what you just said, Robbie. A person to, and not just a person, fucking Steve Albini to just be like, that's cool. What if you did it this way?
Yeah, but from what I understand,
he was hands off.
From what I understand, Steve Albini sells himself of being an engineer.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
He doesn't. Like, he wants the band to be well practiced, ready to record, and he just sets the mics and like has the tuned rooms. And
but
all
that's
that
the cool thing. He knows how to make, just by hearing your band, he knows how to make it sound cool just by recording it.
Yeah,
like I can move a mic this way and get the sound that I want out of it.
Instead of being he has his own style in that. Sense. He's
that it's all fucking analog, and he has no computer in his sound,
and he has his own sound altogether.
Yeah,
just recording totally different bands, you somehow define your own sound. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
I would say that he's not a song producer; he's a sound producer. Yeah, like he molds the band in that way, rather than going like, okay, let's do the bridge half as long and let's do the chorus twice at the end. He just is like, okay, I'm gonna like put the mics this certain way and have this sound that's like unmistakably Steve Albini.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be awesome to like witness that, but it would also be awesome to witness like a producer really like, as they call it in the comedy biz, punching something up. It's like, okay, that bridge is like super good, but let's just punch it up and really just like knock it out.
Fucking epic.
Yeah. And then these other parts, okay, cut this down, maybe add another guitar part here or take away a guitar part, whatever.
Or stack like 4 guitars on top of each other to sound huge.
I think Billy Corgan, when they did Melancholy, like there was like some like 70 guitar tracks.
Jeez.
On some songs.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It sounds
really
great.
is.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
But it's like, can you really distinguish more than like 3?
I would say more than 3.
Exactly.
Unless you're playing some just slightly off part. But even that's like some stoner mindset of, you're going to hear that note.
Man, it's back in there, man.
Yeah, it's just
real,
way back down there.
Well, I'll tell you guys what. My neighbor, I don't know if you guys have heard this in the headphones, but he's mowing his yard and he has been for about an hour. So I'm going to produce a break on the show now, and we'll come back with more with Garrett Balch. All right, that was Brainwash by Found Footage. Again, you can check them out at foundfootageokc.bandcamp.com.
Brainwash?
Mouthful.
Like,
It's Brainwash.
Brainwash.
with an R?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta represent that Oklahoman drawl.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to make a quick clarification here. Earlier, I said Linda Ronstadt when we were
Like
talking
a
about
fucking idiot.
7-year ache. It's actually Roseanne Cash, so just had to take a moment, set the record straight here.
And it's 7-year itch.
7-year ache. So yeah, we're back, better than ever. Boyspodcast.com. Listen,
Facebook.com.
you
If you can hear the mower, congratulations, you can hear a mower.
yeah, this
I
dude has
doubt you
been
can.
mowing for like 2 hours.
Well,
and
man, it's so
It's got a
fucking
yard
hot
of the month.
outside. 8:15 is a great time to mow the lawn.
Mhm.
totally.
I usually wait till about 11:30.
Do you have a light? Do you have headlights on your
Yeah,
mower?
headlights on my mower.
I just mow in the dark.
Yeah.
I just get out
Dude,
there and mow.
It looks great
Garrett,
normally.
you're the kind of guy with how crafty you are with your hands and workmanship. I can see you definitely having a push mower with a floodlight on it with a battery pack somewhere in there with a house in its own little thing.
Yeah, and a tape deck.
Yeah.
You know,
Just like and just
full stereo.
Yeah.
Got an amp going to the speakers.
I mean, it's like a 300-pound mower.
yeah, it's heavy.
It's
Yeah.
heavy.
You're not picking it up into the back of a truck.
No. That's for your yard only.
Yeah, it stays there.
Dude, is he mowing right outside my window?
Is he mowing your lawn?
He's edging, yeah.
Yeah, he's edging.
Yeah.
He's also like, yeah, he's like, man, your yard looks like a bunch of
Let me
crackheads
help.
live here.
Let me help.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay, so let's get back on track here.
Sure.
Let's slow it down.
Mhm.
Let's take a breath. Smell that freshly mowed grass. We're actually recording outside. You can hear it. So okay, Garrett, let's go back here. So we're fast forwarding from we've been in the garage with you and Ross for a while.
Yeah.
So let's
yeah.
step out. What was the first real band? Like, playing some shows, maybe recording something.
Definitely would have been Engine Orchestra. Trying to think of when we started. I moved to Oklahoma City in 2002, and then I convinced Ross to move up after he had graduated. And somehow convinced him to play drums because I was writing more songs on guitar. And yeah, he jumped right in there. I showed him a few things, and he surpassed everything I could do from, 5 or 6 years of drumming in, a matter of months.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a fucking natural. Pretty
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, so I want to say we booked our first shows were at, was it, it wasn't Next Door Music in Hera.
Hair? It was Next Door Music.
Yeah, Next Door Music.
The
right?
Hair Music
Right?
Hall?
Yeah, with
Next Door
Mason,
Music, yeah,
Mason
yeah.
Weaver. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he actually recorded our first 4-song demo thing that we did.
Candlebox is playing there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What?
Candlebox is $45 to see Candlebox there.
At
In
Next
Hera,
Door Music.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
In the same record store.
They're actually playing the Hair Music Hall next door.
Oh,
so-
okay, yeah.
Yikes. That's going to be a poorly attended
Yeah.
show. No,
I guess we better go.
Candlebox play Hair, Oklahoma.
Guess we better go. Show
No.
our support.
Yeah. So Engine O took off. so
Yeah,
to speak.
like a rocket,
Just
through
straight to the
space and
top.
time. Just really made a name for ourselves. We actually played together for, I think it was like 10 years or so. Recorded 3 records. We played the conservatory a lot. That was kind of our stomping ground, so to speak.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Ross ended up, Drew, we switched bass players, Drew moved to Seattle, and Ross ended up joining Train Dodge. So, yeah, there for a year or two, I was just kind of like floating around, like, oh, what am I going to do now?
Mhm.
So, hooked up with Cliff, started jamming with him and Krista in a little side project thing. I did that for like a year or two, I think.
Is that Red Deer Table?
Red Deer Table,
Yeah.
yeah. We never actually recorded anything. I have some live footage from some shows. Pretty weird stuff. But, somewhere along the line, we hooked up with Austin again. And I had known Austin, since, I want to say like 02 or 03 from CD Warehouse we all lived in Edmond and we'd go in there and hang out. So yeah, I've known him for years, and it was just kind of strange. We just kind of came back together and.
Wait, Austin worked at a CD warehouse?
Crazy J's.
Crazy-
I'm sorry, it was
yeah,
Crazy
yeah,
J's.
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of stories with Crazy J's.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because, I played with Austin and his brother Aaron, both good friends of ours, in Purple Church for a long time. And then that kind of, it's weird. Like, have you ever been in a band that never really broke up? You just kind of like stopped jamming.
It just kind of dissolved.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Engine O did. Like, just kind of, like we'll just kind of go our separate ways.
Yeah,
for a while.
There was never like a meeting or any harsh words or anything like that. But you just kind of like you don't jam for a week, that turns into 2 weeks. Everybody kind of gets busy. The next thing you know, it's like 5 years later, and it's like we never really broke up.
And
That's
everybody's okay with
Every
it.
Ross Adams band I've been in has been that.
Yeah, just an indefinite hiatus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's kind of fun. Like it's kind of
Prepped up for a reunion tour, like,
or when
at
you
some
see each other,
point.
like there's a show and like you see everyone that's in the band with you there, like we could just do a show like right now. Like we're all here.
You guys ready? Like,
Just do
maybe
it.
they'll let us use their gear.
Remember all that old shit we used to do?
just jump up there for old time's sake and just be terrible.
Well, yeah,
Be
which in
terrible.
most cases, I forgot, most Engine O stuff, so.
Well, luckily for the punk rock band, I can just play fucking fast drums for 30 seconds at a time and be good.
Yeah. That's it. You got it covered.
Three chords and you're in.
Yeah.
We still got it.
Still got it.
That fucking
Still got it.
45-second songs.
So yeah, I remember, Purple Church kind of fizzled out, so to speak. And I remember Austin being like, yeah, I'm actually jamming with these guys. And that's kind of the birth of Found Footage. And I remember seeing you guys, I believe the first time I saw Found Footage was at Cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think we were a three-piece at that point.
You were.
Right?
Yeah. And I was just like, damn, like this is a good band. I think I want to join that band. I think I want to weasel my way in. And I remember Austin just being like, yeah, we're just kind of doing the three-piece thing for now. Well, we'll see how it goes, and then next thing you know, we're playing together. And that was really fun and great. And again, just highly recommended quality rock and roll music.
Yeah, high quality.
I would say it's
high quality.
It's
upper middle.
Yeah.
Middle upper.
Upper echelon.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
And that, it's great that you're still doing it. And I still kind of feel bad that we've joked around about like, man, fuck being in a band. This sucks. It's like, dude, like I wish I still could be in a band. But it's weird, man. Like looking back on that time, which wasn't even that long ago, towards the end there of my time in the band, like I had this growing anxiety of like playing shows. Cause like we played a lot, like in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we hammered it.
Yeah, like it was hardcore.
Yeah.
Like practicing several times a week, playing several times a month, just doing it, doing the work, doing the time. And then we started writing new songs, recorded with Atlee down at Steve Bo's studio.
And I would call
Rhythm.
Atlee a producer. I'd throw that in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Atlee's very talented, great recordist, but I think he's more of an engineer. I don't think Atlee ever told us like, hey, you should do this differently.
Well, I know with vocals especially, he always, I felt like he always wanted me to just really give it hell. You know what I mean? Like,
if
he's
you're
always
doing,
like, just do it again.
well, that's the
do it
thing.
again.
Yeah, you guys want you want to do that one again?
Yeah,
And you're
absolutely.
like, well, I think I got that. It's like,
Like,
let's do
no.
that one again.
Let's just do it again.
That's like code for like that wasn't that great. Let's do one more.
Yeah.
And you just keep doing it by the 45th take, and you're done. Like, I think that first take was actually probably the best one. Fuck you.
That's what I would always say.
But we tried them all,
Yeah, at least we tried everything.
Yeah, we tried.
If I was to record like a friend's band just for fun or whatever, I'd be like, what I would always say is, that's perfect. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you're like,
Because it could be,
it could be even more perfect.
Yeah, it could be better.
It could be great.
I mean, what would Tom Petty, like I just watched that documentary on
The Running
Tom
Down the
Petty.
Dream.
Yeah, where they did, I think it was Breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded that song like 80 times or something, just kind of back to back until they just had to get that perfect take, which I don't necessarily, me personally, I don't believe in
perfect takes.
Yeah, I just think like we could play it even sloppily, one time, and I'm gonna like it. It's gonna sound cool as shit because it's gonna have, especially when we were doing the dual guitar shit, and you have moments where you just let some feedback ring out, or you just wank something, just put some stink in there somewhere, and it made each time you played it its own kind of little perfection, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a weird balance because you want to nail it. You want to do the best that you can, but there's something about like the magic of trying to knock it out in like a take or two. And that's the weird crux that I've always been in when it comes to music, or really anything, to be honest, is I've never, how do I say this? I've never done it that one more time. And that could go down to like when I used to draw a lot, or like learning to play guitar. Like there are dudes that would just hammer out over and over, play it, record it over and over. And I've always just been the kind of like, let's just do it and see how it sounds. And that's kind of how it exists in the world. And that's why I like doing podcasts, because it's like we don't sit here and go, oh, you know what? I flubbed that line, or I talked over someone, or the joke didn't go over.
There's no script. It's all raw dogging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do it. Put it out there. And, not to sound like trying to sound cool or anything, but it's like there is something to be said for that. Just throw it out there. If it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, then just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, kind of the sloppy passion of it, I guess.
Or like if you like, ooh, if you like linger on an idea for too long, like I feel like it becomes like less authentic.
Exactly.
After a while,
you lose it. I mean, something's lost in that thing you wrote. Like going back to like Nirvana or any band like that, I'm sure they did a lot of takes of things, but they probably chose the original because was the best one. You can't just keep just pounding at this one thing over and over, thinking that you're going to get that's perfect, but then you're just stressing about it, you're overthinking it, and I want to say the artisticness, but the soul of it, the rawness is kind of it's eroded away.
Yeah, it's lost.
It's lost.
Yeah,
it got lost fucking 20 takes ago. You know
Which
what I mean?
it totally works. You need to like really nail all these songs when you practice them. Practice them over and over. But when you get into a live setting, that's it. Like that song is it. It's like playing a fucking basketball game or something. Yeah. It's like you can practice all day long, and it's never going to be exactly like you thought.
Shit's going to go a little different.
It's going to go a little. Yeah.
It's never going to be like game time until it's game time.
Yeah.
And, I just remember a quote from Billy Corgan when I was younger, and I heard this, and it just resounded with me, like, to this day, in anything I do. It's like a recording, and I think I even brought this up when we recorded. It's like a recording is forever. So you really want it to be perfect. Like, I was tired, and to my own fault, like I was tired with good enough. Like I want that production. I want that. Let's do it again. Let's do it the Tom Petty way. Let's do it 60 times until we get it perfect.
That's even calculated sloppiness is kind of like how I refer to it. Because you can find those flubs, if you will, and really capitalize on them. You can do the flub over and over to where you actually harness that kind of raw edge.
To where that flub becomes a part of the song.
Yeah, yeah. In effect, like a distorted feedback, it's just like, like radio-friendly unit shifter. I know we've been harping on Nirvana all night, but that's just fucking cacophonous racket, but he somehow manipulates it to where he can recreate it live. But it's always a little different.
Yeah, totally. But that's what I wonder with, like, even Nirvana or any other band or any artist or visual or whatever, there's that degree of calculating. And it's like, you can calculate that forever, almost to where it comes full circle, to where, like, it's so calculated it's not.
To infinity and beyond.
That's right. Dillinger 4 album, the Calculating Infinity. I always loved that juxtaposition of words. It's like, you calculate it so long that you get burnt out on it, but then you get burnt out. So it comes around again and it's like fresh again.
Time
you know?
being the flat circle or whatever, you know.
Right.
Time is a flat circle.
Man,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I didn't know we were going to get this deep tonight, guys.
Wow.
Talking all low and shit.
Yeah.
Gotta get into that.
So what's
Low.
next? So like what's next for Found Footage? I know you're booking shows, playing shows again.
Yeah. I
New
think
set?
we're actually done. We don't have any shows booked up as of now. I'm really just kind of wanting to break a little bit. Just let that heat kind of subside.
Let it simmer.
Yeah.
Let it marinate.
Yeah,
Let that
exactly.
marinate a
Let
little
those
bit.
tunes marinate. But yeah, we're gonna record all the new stuff. I don't know, 2 weeks, I think. We're gonna try to knock it out in 3 days. So
Hell
do
yeah.
like 6 songs. We'll just try to hammer them out, and then. So yeah, that may come out before the album that we recorded. Was it a year ago? It's been over a year ago.
It's been a while. And that was like a concern I had was like what we did, like the only thing that I'm on in the band, it's like that was really fun and that was like fresh.
And it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it. And that was the thing is like I really hoped that those recordings would see the light of day.
They will, absolutely. We plan on pressing it to cassette and all that good stuff. So
Sweet.
even though we're not playing any of it, you know, who cares? I mean, there's no hits there that people are coming out to.
All I
Come
want,
on, guys.
all I want is just restock the merchandise. I need the FF butt cheek panties, and I need the tittyless bra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tittyless shirts and everything.
Yeah, all
yeah.
that. I need it all. I need it
Yeah.
all there.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be stocked up.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Okay.
restock that
Okay.
before our
Just-
our
God.
fall tour. I
The
guess.
world tour.
Yeah, the fall world tour.
Well, no, wait. Aren't you guys touring Antarctica? Right.
Well, yeah, first
Okay.
stop. And yeah,
A
we'll
lot of
work
dates
our
there.
way down. Yeah, through Alaska again as we
I
tour
mean,
there.
you
and-
got a huge following in Alaska.
massive.
Okay,
massive.
wait. I've always been confused about this. Okay, so there's Antarctica, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Is that at the top of the world?
No.
No,
bottom.
it's at the bottom.
What's at the top?
North Pole.
Arctica?
No,
It's just called North Pole. I'm pretty sure.
Canada, North Pole.
Well, there's
But I mean,
Greenland and Iceland.
well,
and-
here's the thing. As a flat earthist, I believe that it's all just flat. No, I don't believe in the flat earth theory. That's fucking stupid. So yeah, you have Antarctica on. If you think of it as like a ball, right? Like a bouncy ball, or
Like
a
I
beach
would say,
ball.
like
Ping
it's
pong
almost
ball?
it's almost round like the Earth would be round.
Sure, like the Earth would be round if the Earth were
well,
round.
It's egg shaped, right?
Let's just say theoretically the Earth is round.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is egg shaped and it's constantly spinning. But yes, you have Antarctica on the bottom, and then on the top you have
Arctica,
Arctica.
because it's the
right?
Okay,
It's the
anti-Arctica. Sure, it's the
Antarctica.
Arctic, sure. But they're both cold as fuck
Mhm.
because I guess the sun's not because it's tilted. The Earth is tilted.
Yeah,
also.
we're on a giant tilt-a-whirl kind of.
It's weird to think about that kind of shit, man.
It's
Sorry.
fucking trippy.
I'm gonna get deep.
It's
It is
trippy,
deep.
man.
But Santa is at the top,
Santa is at the top.
the North Pole.
Penguins are at the south.
Yeah, the thing is at Antarctica. Yeah. No, the thing reference. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the thing
The thing.
is from Antarctica.
Yeah, it crash landed in Antarctica.
Oh, dude, I'm getting so confused. I was thinking like Swamp Thing, and I was like, but there's no
See,
swamps
I was thinking
in Antarctica.
I was thinking Fantastic Four, the thing, and then
Okay,
and then you go
yeah,
into the actual the thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking John Carpenter.
John
No-
Carpenter's The
no
Thing.
Marvel.
Wait,
here.
the original or the remake?
I actually like I wouldn't call it a remake. It's really a prequel.
It is a prequel because the wolf comes out and like
Yeah. It's from the Norwegian camp, which I thought they did a fantastic
great job.
I loved
they
it.
did a great job.
The Thing is ultimately my favorite horror thriller movie of all time.
It's my favorite Lauryn Hill song of all time.
That
The Thing.
I always thought
That's
she was
that
singing
thing,
about
right?
monsters.
Yeah.
I really did.
That thing.
Lauryn Hill, remarket that song. Monster movies.
When they do the reboot, it'll be like that'll be in the trailer.
The Thing from Another Planet. Because yeah, that was actually a
Yeah.
remake of a 1950s movie,
Mm-hmm.
which is based on like a 1930s book. So
well, and
it's-
you're a big movie dude.
yeah, I was into movies before music for sure.
Dude, you
I
have
don't know why I never like learned how to edit or direct or
But
do
you
anything.
like to shoot, right? You like filming things?
loads.
Yeah, that mainly. Depends on who's in front. I don't know. Yeah. No, I honestly.
No, but going over to your house all these times over the years, like you
Oh,
have
your film
a
collection is
shitload of
insane, yeah.
movies. Like there might only be one person that has more movies that I know of than you, and that's Randy,
Yeah.
our good friend Randy.
And Chris, my buddy Chris, probably has more than Randy and I combined. I don't know. I haven't seen Randy's. He has a lot of VHS too, right?
Shit
So you would say
load.
you've pretty much seen every movie.
Of all, yeah.
Okay, so there's a movie that
Every year, every movie, every genre. I've seen them all.
there's a movie that was talked about in a previous podcast with our friend Taylor Vinson that Robbie had never seen called The Stupids. Tom Arnold's The Stupids. Have you
Okay.
seen The Stupids?
I've never seen it. I know.
Well,
I remember the movie poster.
That's a movie
Well,
you
you
need.
you own the movie, you just haven't seen it.
Right. I just buy it and then.
Have you seen all
let it
33
sit.
Ninjas movies?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to love those.
Me too.
Actually, I probably still would if I watched them again.
Yeah. I had a 3 Ninjas poster on my wall as a child.
Do you remember seeing those movies?
Tum Tum, I think. Tum
I
Tum
was a
was my
cult
favorite.
fan.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause
Tum
he
Tum
was
was my boy.
Well, because he ate a lot of candy.
Yeah.
What, was he fat?
Yeah, he was fat.
Tum Tum.
Oh, okay.
It was Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum. Come on. You don't know you don't know your 3 Ninjas, man?
Oh no, I don't.
Really?
Big surprise! I've never seen a Three Ninja.
Oh, well, I think it's too late now.
yeah.
It's probably too late now.
Let's
Yeah.
break it down real quick. Rocky.
Rocky's the oldest.
I'm guessing he was like the cool older.
He was the conservative.
He was the
like-
conservative.
okay,
he was
right.
the Leonardo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colt was the Raphael,
Yeah, the wild card.
and Tum Tum was the Michelangelo. There was no Donatello. No, Donatello would have been Emily.
Yeah,
Rocky's
okay.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Emily would have been, but she was not a ninja.
No, yeah, they were the only ninjas. There was,
This is, I guarantee you, anyone listening to this has never seen 3 Ninjas.
and you know, those are actually reboots of Japanese. I think Japanese films
Are you
of
serious?
the same name. Yeah, because I remember renting a Three Ninjas movie,
And it's about kids.
and it
being
was
trained.
Japanese though. It was all subtitles.
It was
Remember-
the wrong Three Ninjas.
Yeah, it was the wrong Three Ninjas. It wasn't the Americanized one that I
weird.
wanted.
Weird.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
God, that's tough.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
I would, well, yeah, The Notebook. No, I would. It'd probably have to be something like maybe One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or
It's gooder.
The Shining. Like,
So you're a big
I-
Nicholson fan.
I'd really have to break it down to genres. I think.
All right,
because I can't call a
It's
favorite.
Wolf. It's Batman. It's The Shining. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Shit.
Batman. Yeah, the Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
about Schmidt.
About
Schmidt.
Anger Management.
No, great
That's
one.
a good one.
That actually
Wait, no,
wasn't
that's
that
not
bad.
even Jack Nicholson.
He was. He was the nigger.
No, yeah,
management.
he was. Yeah.
I thought that was like Al Pacino.
No,
No.
it was Nicholson.
Is there an Al Pacino Adam Sandler movie I'm missing out on? No,
I think we're all missing out on
I
that
think they
one.
need to. Hey, Hollywood, if you're listening, Al Pacino.
Team them up now.
Hey, Robbie, what would that sound like? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this
I was trying to do Pacino. I
that
can't do
was
Pacino.
decent. That was decent.
It's a Pacino, you know. Just get the fucking, what the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
Get it? No, that's not good at all. I'm doing like a
Mine
Bill
was terrible.
Hader's Al Pacino.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So rapid fire time.
Okay.
Garrett, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Should I crack another beer?
Go for it. Here, I'll let you do that. And while you're doing that,
Robbie.
all right, we're gonna do this real quick.
Okay.
And this is gonna show how shitty I am at
Okay.
movies.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you, favorite horror movie.
Halloween.
Okay. Favorite romantic comedy.
51st Dates.
Okay.
Ooh, good one.
Favorite suspense / thriller.
The Fugitive.
Okay. That's a good one. Favorite movie where a tough guy has to take care of children.
What was this? Not Suburban Commando. What was the other one? The other.
Ooh, that was a good one, though.
Hey, I guess he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
Suburban Commando.
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite movie where there's like a magical retarded person.
Aladdin.
Good enough. All right. Favorite movie where, oh man, now I'm
So who was magically retarded in
The
Aladdin?
genie.
Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets he was
The
pretty magical. That
ultimate
is true.
magical retarded person was Forrest Gump.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Wait, was it? Radio? That was a good one.
Rain Man.
Good one. Good one.
Can we consider Rudy?
He was magic on the field.
But he was. Can we agree that he was a little slow?
Wait,
slow.
hold on.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Rudy in many years, but was Rudy mentally handicapped? Or was he just like a simpleton?
He wasn't fit for Notre Dame. I know that much.
Well, that could apply to all of us.
That's true.
Wait. I thought Rudy just wasn't good at football.
Maybe he was terrible at football. Maybe he's just.
Yeah, he just wanted to be the janitor. He wanted to play,
he's
but
a football dummy.
he settled for cleaning the locker rooms, right?
And then The Rock. What was that show?
With Nicolas Cage, The Rock?
No, the TV show from the 90s, Rock?
Third Rock from the Sun.
No.
Dang
You
it.
guys are fucking me up. That was a good rapid fire, though, Rob.
All right.
Not
Garrett,
bad.
Are you
All
ready?
right. Yeah,
Are you
let's try it.
Okay. Favorite supernatural horror film?
Exorcist.
All right. Favorite dark comedy?
Shit.
Friday.
Serious Man. Yeah.
All right.
No?
Good enough, I guess. Let's see. Favorite drama?
Braveheart. I don't know, is that action drama? Yeah.
All right, let's go off that.
Yeah.
Favorite action movie?
Let's see.
Take your time.
Yeah, rapid
It's
fire isn't working
rapid fire / take
for
your
a
time.
reason. Running Man.
All right. Favorite post-apocalyptic?
Oh, Mad Max.
All right. New or old?
All of them.
All inclusive.
Even
Yeah.
Thunderdome?
Thunderdome's still badass.
Okay.
Like it's badass in all its cheesy glory.
Let's see. Let me think. Is there a dad in there? Yeah. Hand me that dad.
short
right
dad?
there. Yeah.
Stumpy Dad.
All right. Favorite movie with a redeeming dad?
Redeeming dad
Good
movies.
God. Shit. Kindergarten Cop?
Well, no,
That's
no.
also Tough Guy
Turbo
Takes...
Man?
No. Well, see, Kindergarten Cop was not a redeeming dad movie. The dad was actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
But Kindergarten Cop, I'm glad you said that because that actually falls under the tough guy that has to take care of children.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that was the first one that came to mind. When,
Because we all know it's not a tumor.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And
At all.
my
Girls
mom,
have a, yeah.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah.
And my mom says my dad's a real sex machine.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
really.
I was actually talking with my buddy Phil last night and talking about that exact thing. Tough guy has to take care of children.
Mhm.
And Kindergarten Cop was in there.
Tooth Fairy, right? What's that
Tooth
one?
Fairy, yeah.
Yes.
With The Rock?
The Rock,
There was also The Nanny.
The Nanny.
Or
With Sinbad?
That's House Guest.
Oh, okay.
All right. Favorite movie where a guy faked his way into being in a situation?
Faked his way into being in a situation.
God.
Blank Check.
Good one. Good
Ooh.
one.
It was a kid, but
Yeah. Close enough.
So like any Jason Bateman movie, right? I don't know.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of one more movie.
Opportunity Knocks.
Favorite war movie?
Oh, I love Saving Private Ryan. I thought that one was just the best.
I'm gonna go
The
Tropic
quintessential.
Thunder.
Okay.
Love
I'm
that
gonna
one too.
see if I can pull one more out of here. Let's see. I got one. Favorite movie that involves like a band?
That Thing You Do.
Ooh, yeah, you
Solid,
stole it.
solid.
You got it. That is my fave. That would be it. There
I'm
was
gonna
another
say-
one called Bandwagon. Did you guys ever see that one? It's kind of interesting.
I'm gonna say Almost Famous.
Almost.
That's a good one too. That'd be my second. But That Thing You Do.
dog.
Dude, I
Scratching
love.
on my back. I sing that song a lot to myself.
I sing that when I'm cooking hot dogs in the microwave. Scratching at my tum
For some reason, like I was folding laundry the other day, and for some reason I just yelled out to myself, like, "I could be incendiary, man." I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Dude, when Almost Famous came out, it gave me that feeling of like, dude, I gotta either be in a band or be a filmmaker.
Didn't we go see that together in the theater, you, me, and Colin?
I think we did.
And didn't we start putting fucking shaving cream in our hair too? After that movie?
Oh, that was the Jason Lee trick,
Yeah,
right?
just put the shaving cream and you put it in your hair, it makes it
Yeah.
look all worn. Maybe it's just
Road
me.
worn, yeah. Made
Robbie.
it laid down.
All right,
Robbie, you ready?
Hold on.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna crack this Anthem Arjuna. So delicious.
I had a Urabura Stout earlier, and it was very, very delicious.
I'm enjoying one right now. The Anthem Urabora Stout.
It is such a good beer.
AnthemBrewing.com.
Ready?
Hold on.
Okay, these are gonna be pretty specific. Ready?
That's good. I'm ready now.
Favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Ooh.
It's
The Cobbler.
okay. Favorite Mike Myers movie?
Clearly Wayne's World.
Okay. Favorite Dana Carvey movie?
Ooh, Master of Disguise.
Nice.
Favorite Chris Farley movie?
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Okay. Favorite Chris Rock movie?
I Think I Love My Wife.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Sandlot.
Okay. Okay. Favorite sports movie?
Ooh, A League of Their Own.
Okay. Favorite movie starring a lesbian?
Ooh, Master of Disguise.
Oh, you cut out. I think it was my headphones. All right. Favorite romantic comedy about a gay man?
The Rob and Josh Story.
There you go. That's a good one.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Has that one been released?
It's about to be. Hold on.
Oh.
Let's see. Favorite romantic comedy starring a gay man.
Or with a gay man in the movie.
Or with a gay man.
It's not starring the gay man?
No, he's just in it.
He's just in there? Like the friend?
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of them there, guys.
Really?
Name 3.
3? Well, the Rob and Josh Story, obviously. You know, I'm blank, but there are a lot.
Blank Man.
Blank Man. I was fucking gonna say. Okay, favorite superhero movie.
Ooh. That's a really good one. Man, favorite superhero movie. You know, I never really got into a superhero movie.
Okay.
I guess
There's a few to choose from.
What would yours be?
There's quite a few out there. I've heard they're popular.
Yeah, this year.
All right, favorite movie starring a minority.
Minority Report.
Great. Favorite movie about religion.
Saved with Mandy Moore.
That's such a good call.
Great one.
Okay, favorite movie about a genre of music, not a band, but specifically a genre of music.
Can I go documentary?
Sure.
Dig.
Okay.
Classic. Have you seen Dig?
I haven't seen Dig. What's this one?
Dude, it's a documentary that centers around the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Ooh.
And the singer Anton Newcomb, his on again, off again, love-hate feud with the singer of the Dandy Warhols, Courtney Taylor. Fantastic movie.
That sounds awesome.
Speaking of movies, I think Randy Heyer still has my copy of Dig. So why don't you, Garrett, hit him up, get it back, watch it, bring it back to me.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Got it.
That was a good game of what was that? What'd you call that?
Rapid fire?
Rapid fire?
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
Okay, this is a new segment.
Yeah, rapid
right.
fire. We'll do that from
That's a
now
great
on.
app.
Yeah.
Great app of Rapid Fire.
Good
Yeah.
for rapid fire.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little slow there, but you know. I've been drinking all of this Urabora
My
stout.
responses, now that I go back in my brain, probably weren't totally accurate. I was trying to do rapid
Just
fire.
kind of throwing it out
the
there.
first thing that hit my brain. And honestly, psychologically, that probably was accurate. I mean,
No, it worked.
Halloween's a hell of a fucking horror movie. 51st Dates is a great.
I actually just recently watched that for the first time.
It's
and
not bad.
There are some really
There's some good
funny
parts.
in there.
If I could go back and say my favorite romantic comedy, though, I mean, they're all really good, aren't they?
Intolerable Cruelty is my favorite.
I'm gonna say this and get Matt music and lyrics. That's probably my favorite one.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm going to
It's
say,
cheesy as
man,
shit.
I'll say You Got Mail, which is, it holds
Classic.
up, man.
You
I mean,
mean,
besides
that's
the AOL
Hanks,
thing.
right?
It's Sleepless in Seattle too,
With email.
with email.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle with email from email producer Rob.
Dude,
Nice.
full circle.
Full circle.
circle.
Yeah. It is a flat circle.
Okay, so I want to talk about one more thing,
Okay.
and then we have to wrap it up because we're running out of time here.
Wrap it up like a dirty dick. Let's do it.
all right. Let's just stop it here.
We're
No, I'm just
excited.
kidding. So we were watching the Olympics last night. Do you watch this shit?
I've been watching the Olympics. Yes.
Dude, Erica hates it because I love it. No, she hates it. It comes around. Guess what? They got us, dude. My question was from last night, did they always do the Olympics every 2 years? I know
thought it
there's
was
always
4 years.
It was 4.
staggered summer games, winter games every 2 years. There's the summer games, and then right? Am I wrong here? I swore there's the summer games, and then they stagger that shit. So it's like, it's every 4 years, but it's every 2 years, summer, winter, summer,
So
winter.
it's 4 years for each, but they do it
Yeah.
correctly.
Back and
man.
That way you're not waiting. You don't forget about it in this day and age.
I don't know.
you know?
Well, I was watching last night with my family, my mom, dad, brother, my wife.
Over a hot plate of fried
we
chicken.
were having a family dinner, and we were sitting in the living room, and like just the TV was on while we were talking, and it was swimming, and everyone started watching the swimming. And my thought was, it seems, why do we do this? Why do we do this?
Why do we do this?
You can actually take it back to maybe the Roman Empire.
You think
The
you think that's how
Colosseum.
far back it goes?
Yes.
No, okay, what I'm saying-
it's got to go farther
What I'm
back,
saying is,
but
it's anytime a city chooses to host the Olympics, they totally wipe out an entire neighborhood of people. They're like, well, we're building a fucking arena or something here now, and now you're homeless. So, and then that just becomes nothing. There's so many Olympic wastelands. You can look at it online. You spend so much money for this thing. Yes, great. It's great that people can compete for sports. That's awesome. But how about pump a little money back into your community instead of disenfranchising listen, a bunch of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not hold it in the same place every year?
Thank you.
Well, what's the problem with that?
Or have 3 places that hold it, or 4 places that hold
are
it.
designated areas.
Instead of everyone, they bid. It's not like there's, we're going to bring it to Rio. No, Rio had to bid to have it be there. Just let it be one. Do it in Greece.
Well,
if it's fucking bankrupt as shit, do it in Greece.
Look at Dubai. Like, it's like the richest city in the world now.
Yeah.
They've built, have you seen the island that they built that is a palm tree that you can buy houses on? They have built this island. It's pretty incredible. Why can't we do something like that to host
Olympic Games?
the Olympic Games?
Yeah.
I don't know.
2, is skateboarding an Olympic sport now?
I don't think
X
so.
Games are the X Games.
They
like
should
a
bring
part
that
of
in,
it?
because I saw one a couple of evenings ago. It was shooting. It was guns.
Well, America would win that for sure.
Well, they do that. That's a sport. It's like sharpshooting or whatever, some sort of a thing. If that's a sport, then my man Tony Hawk can do a 360 kickflip, heel toe,
Indy nose bone
right. to
900.
a dick grind, and that he can win the gold. And that's an outdated reference. Is Tony Hawk still even skating?
Sure.
Bob Burnquist, is he still doing it?
More like Bob Suckwist. It's a throwback to like 1996.
That is. That's.
Anyways,
Yeah,
politics aside, I was watching the Olympics with my friend Phil last night and my wife, and I love the Olympics. I love it. Politics aside, again, I'll say it again. Politics aside,
I'm sorry, Rob.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Get
just
off my
enjoy
case.
it for what
Fucking
it is.
Finger wag me.
Get off my case, man.
Hey, man.
Tisk tisk.
I love the
It's a
Olympics.
lover's quarrel.
I love the Summer Olympics for many, many reasons. Let me list them: gymnastics,
Booties.
beach volleyball.
Booties.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Swimming. I've actually enjoyed the swimming.
Synchronized diving.
That's pretty incredible.
That's pretty dope.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
So we're watching the Olympics last night, and a Subway commercial comes on. Okay. And I noticed at the end of the Subway commercial, they changed their logo. It's not that friendly, bubbly Subway font
The
anymore.
green, yellow.
with the pointing S
Okay.
telling you where to go.
Still green and yellow, still pointy ends, but it's like this newer, kind of like more like italicized, stylized logo.
Mm-hmm.
It's equal parts nostalgic and fresh.
Like what you did there.
It's
'Cause you're supposed to
weird.
eat fresh.
Mm-hmm. So it's bold. It's more bold.
They're stepping into a new era.
You have to.
Well, when your spokesman diddles kids or likes jerking off to kids, you got to change your face.
Okay. Not
Politics aside. Sorry.
Politics aside, he's a child fucker. But no, the thing I was thinking about was, and I actually put this on the list, and let me actually consult the list here. Okay. So Subway had to rebrand themselves, right? Like, imagine being a CEO for Subway. It's like, okay, I know our sandwiches are kind of shitty. And, if you go 6-inch, they're kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
They're really like 5 1/4.
That's what she said.
And she was 14. But so the sandwiches, like if you get a Subway sandwich, you get the 6-inch with the chips and the drink. You don't really get full. It's like enough food to like make you not hungry anymore, but you're hungry again in a couple hours. So I have a great idea. Let's get this spokesman that lost a bunch of weight. Okay? He's a real success story. He was just this like fat nerd. Like if you were to boot up The Sims on your computer, like he's the default male character.
You have to trim him down from there.
Just boring, nondescript, just a fucking normie.
Just a button-down Oxford green pants.
Yeah. The little round glasses, like boring haircut.
Peter Griffin.
Skinnier, maybe?
Okay.
So we got this guy. All right, he's going to lose a bunch of weight because he ate a bunch of sandwiches and walked a lot. Okay, so it's going good. Success story. This guy's going to schools. He's a motivational speaker, just raking in the dough and money. And then this guy's on top of the world. He's losing weight. He's getting paid a lot of money. Free food forever.
But it's Subway.
Well, it's still free food. And then let's just dip into Jared's mind here for a moment. Oh man, free food, money, endorsements, commercials, I'm on TV. What, life's going pretty good. You know what really satisfy me? Fucking kids. Okay, so think about this. Let's say you were endorsed. Garrett, let's say you were endorsed by Electro Harmonics, which is a pedal company. Great.
Famous for the big muff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the opposite of what Jared wanted. But think about this. You're on top of the world. You're playing guitar for a living. You're getting free pedals. What could I want?
What would really satisfy that deep, dark craving?
Yeah. Just something a 6-inch or even a foot long just couldn't do for me.
It kind of makes you wonder, though, if that was there.
It was definitely there.
Or if it came to be. Like, maybe he had just experienced so much.
Absolutely.
Just gross excess, and then just decided, you know what? I've jerked off on chicks' feet. I've slapped titties with fucking bull whips.
Do you imagine how many times his dick has been in a foot-long sandwich?
Oh, man. A lot.
A lot.
Okay, so
people just numbing down on it.
How many people he's fucked on top of a party sub?
Yeah.
A lot.
Extra mayo.
Okay, so you're on top of the world, right? What's the worst thing you could do to the company that sponsors you? Like, is there anything in the world worse than fucking children?
Getting caught on video literally fucking a child.
Okay, but that's still fucking a child.
Yeah.
Like, he still was guilty of this.
You're better off just peeing on people.
Well, R.
R.
Kelly got away
Kelly
with it.
did. Yeah,
way better off.
Yeah.
Way better off.
The dude still
That's kind of
made-
hot sometimes.
I mean, he made some hit records after that.
Dude.
Chocolate Factory.
So, it just blew my mind last night. I mean, granted, it was very late at night. I was very tired, but very, very tired. Very tired.
Sure.
Exhausted
Tired.
even.
Oh my gosh. Like my eyes were like halfway closed. I was just like, it was like weird.
Sounds were better. Like, it was weird.
Everything was better.
Approaching REM sleep.
Subway sandwiches were so much better last night. What's the worst thing you could do to a company?
Being the spokesperson. Yes.
Well, okay, here's my thing, though. Okay, so this is the thing with him and his partner and any senator who gets caught with porn on their computer. Who the fuck is downloading porn? You can stream it. It's streamable.
FUQ.com. It works wonders.
Dude, xvideos.com.
Thanks for getting that plug.
Yeah.
There's tons. Adultism, if you like really, I'm talking like raw couples, just raw couples fucking on
some
video
cake
cams.
farts. You ever check? Yeah.
So but you can stream whatever the fuck you want. Why download it? But I guess if you want children, you can't stream that. You got to download it.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in the dark web.
But let's go back to my point here. I really need to know this. This has been on my mind since last night.
It's been eating you up.
literally like a delicious 6-inch BMT.
Just chowing down.
Like a BMT.
What is worse than being a pedophile? What's more of a slap in the face to a sponsor? Like, let's say, Josh, let's say you love to fuck kids. Let's just say hypothetically that you love underage booty.
I don't.
Well,
For the record.
well,
Off the record?
that hasn't been proven or disproven at this point.
That's true, I guess.
But just saying
It's hypothetical.
hypothetically,
Yeah.
what's worse? You could fucking kill someone.
yeah.
You could
Yeah,
burn
I could
down a
murder
church.
someone. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could do you could kill animals and babies.
Yeah.
You could actually, be a rapist, as
Oh.
long as it's, opposite sex, you're cool. Like,
That's not cool, though. None of that is cool.
No.
None of this is cool.
Of
Well, what I'm
course.
saying is it's way cooler than
Cooler? No, I totally agree. I totally agree that once you fuck with kids in any demeanor, I'm not even fucking like beating kids, any of that kind of shit. That's fucked up.
you're completely in the wrong.
But here's the thing, though. Like you said, was it there the whole time, or was it something that just snapped after years of party sub fucking? Who knows the kind of... Because like you said, he was a nerd. He was a total fucking nerd. And then you get tossed money. I mean, I'm sure girls just fucked him because they can say they fucked Jared from Subway.
They got a 6-inch.
Perfectly average.
I would probably... What's the small sandwich, the round one that you can get at Subway?
The flatbread?
The flatbread.
Yeah.
It's probably a flatbread.
Really powdery and dry.
And not a lot to it.
Yeah.
It lacks.
Less filling.
Less filling. No flavor at all.
That's where the sauce comes into play.
Anywho.
All right, Mike. Going back to the original question.
Let's get it back on track.
Is there anything worse than that?
No.
I can't think of anything
No.
worse. You're taking something that's so innocent and pure and just,
Okay, let's go back to this
it's wrong.
poor, sad CEO of Subway that's a multimillionaire. He's in his like sub-shaped limousine pulling into the office, and he goes in, he checks his sub-sandwich shaped computer, and he grabs his like sub-sandwich shaped mouse, and he's like checking his prez at subway.com or whatever. And he's like, imagine when he walks in and he sits down in his Subway-shaped executive chair.
No, it's a sub sandwich. It's a party sub bended, so it looks like a chair.
I
And then
totally thought the chair would be like flatbread. Just
Yeah.
ergonomic flatbread chair.
Bent in the middle.
Your
Yeah.
armrests are 2 6-inch subs.
Yeah. And he goes and he goes over to TMZ
Mhm.
and he's like, oh shit, that just happened. How do you rebuild? Like, not only is it like terrible for Jared to do that, but imagine if you were working at Subway, and I'm not talking like lowly sandwich artist, I'm talking CEO.
I think the CEOs.
Even in advertising, I would think that would be the hardest part. Like, now you guys, being CEO, it's just like you guys have to fucking fix all of this.
Well, it's not that. It's the PR department.
Yeah.
That has to be in charge. Of
Right.
fixing
Okay,
all
but
that shit.
I've been in that area before. Not in like child fucking or anything, but like, okay, we need to rebrand. We need to freshen things up. But imagine going into work on a Monday after one of Jared's benders, and they're like, okay, guys, all right, we need to really put our heads together. This guy fucked kids, and we need to rebrand the brand.
That's the meeting. This guy just pulls up a photo of him.
Yeah.
This guy fucks
No,
kids.
it's like a PowerPoint. It's like, here's a child, here's our spokesperson.
He likes to fuck that thing.
Yeah.
We got to get that out of here.
How do you rebound from that? Like,
You
don't
don't.
you think you just like rename the company?
Or sell it. Sell the company at that point. Your sandwiches are fucking not subpar. They are below equator level. They're terrible fucking sandwiches.
Yeah, they're kind of like, what would Mr. Goodsense pay for Subway right now?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Or Neptune.
Or Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's. Yeah.
Just sell it and just get the fuck out of here and save face.
What
I
are those
guess.
ones that are in gas stations all across the country?
There was the Blimpie.
Blimpie.
Yeah.
That was a good sandwich.
Blimpie. Just sell it to Blimpie.
I was thinking of that Ludacris song. No, parties in the Hamptons, no more Popeyes and Blimpies. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I know of the song.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
your hip hop knowledge.
That was
That's my
it.
hip hop knowledge.
I
Is that
love
one
hip hop so much.
that I know that line.
Yeah.
Okay, then my final question about this is, Jared's in jail, and how do you recover from that? He's not in jail forever, right?
I mean, I wouldn't assume
Be out
very long.
on good behavior, I'm sure.
Maybe less.
10?
I mean, that one kid who raped that girl in college, that kid just out already.
Yeah, you go to jail for way longer if you embezzle money or something.
Well, if you're
crazy.
a white privileged person, you're out a lot sooner than everyone else, which is kind of fucked up. So he'll be out, and then he probably still has money. He probably squirreled away. He probably squirreled away some money.
He probably
he's got that Swiss bank account.
If you know that you have that short fuse in your brain, that there's something you have to plan. You would assume you have to plan ahead for or maybe he's just thought that it was normal. Maybe he is fucked. Maybe he's fucked forever. I mean, he's definitely fucked forever. You can't be in public. Casey Anthony, for instance, have you seen her fucking face anywhere? No, she murdered her kid, so she's fucked.
She was cute though.
Yeah, I'd fuck her. What?
I don't know. But imagine that poor, sweet Jared Fogle.
Oh, poor Jared.
I'm just saying,
such a sad character.
He's done his time. He's given back. He's reformed. He's refined.
Yeah.
Filling out a job application. Let's say at Arby's.
He's going to be a sandwich artist.
Different kind of sandwich.
Throw him back on the ground floor and let him work
your way back up, dude.
Okay, but he's filling out the application, and he gets to that back page where it's like, have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Oh, fuck.
And he puts that number 2 pencil to that application and writes, child fucker.
I'm sure that's the wording. That's exactly
I'm sure he would choose a finer wording than child fucker, but
what wording?
I have no idea, but child fucker? Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's what it is.
He'd probably write straight up child fucker.
Straight up child fucker.
I can just imagine.
No, straight up child fucker, but I did my dime.
Yeah.
I can imagine some
I can make a sandwich now.
Greasy.
I'm reformed.
Like some greasy boss at Popeye's Chicken or Taco Bell. And they flip over and they see the back of that and they're like, well, he's a straight shooter. All right.
He was honest. Yeah. He didn't lie about it.
No, he's Jared Fogle. He's fucked. He's done.
Yeah, I think that's the last we'll see of him. Unless it's something completely heinous.
No. I guarantee you in 10 years he'll be on a I Love the 2010s or whatever.
Oh, one of those
the 2010s.
One of those hack comedians that do the commentary for
and
those shows.
It's gonna be Carrot Top or whoever, blah blah blah. Some comedian comes up and does a bullshit thing. Kim Kardashian's old as fuck by that time. So it's like, Jared, remember me? I used to fuck kids. Yeah, I love the 2010s.
Dark times.
Could happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's assuming.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's assuming television's even a thing.
After the implants?
Time's a flat circle. We all get implants. We all become part of the machine.
We're part of the hive, man.
We all implant 6-inch subs into our psyche.
And if you're listening in
we're never hungry.
If you're listening in the future, and we came to your implant, thank you for choosing us for your ocular implant or your cranial implant to listen to.
Absolutely.
You had a lot to listen. You had a lot to choose from.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Right on.
Garrett Balch, thank you so much for coming on.
This has been
guys.
such a sweet 16. I have diabetes.
Excellent. I was glad to contribute to that.
That's fine.
I mean,
I'm glad you're
my
here.
boys.
It's a good time.